that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because
Papoose and Remy were viewed as the ideal pair, devoted, loving, and unbreakable from their beginnings. But as legal disputes and leaked tapes have plagued the hip-hop community for years, fans have been able to sense his wrath and his inability to remain silent. While Remy's 6-year prison sentence kept everything together with their stunning wedding to Papoose, their love story now appears to be unraveling, leaving everyone stunned and depressed. Despite everything, they seem to have an unbreakable bond. Things have recently begun to come apart. How could a couple that everyone wanted to see have such a terrible ending? Let's analyze it. Their love story started in one of the most challenging places, not with fame or fortune, which is how most relationships would have ended in 2008. When Remy was serving an 8-year prison sentence, Papoose showed up and stayed, showing that his love was more than just words. He gave it his all, traveling great distances to see her every day and offering her encouragement. When she most needed support and hope, their relationship turned into a symbol of strength and real love, demonstrating that love endures even in the most challenging situations. He was more than just a friend. He was her greatest ally, assisting her in concentrating. Even without a breathtaking backdrop, fans will never forget the memorable occasion that was Papa's proposal to Remy while he was incarcerated. Most people anticipate getting engaged on a beach or at a fine restaurant when they think about what life might be like after incarceration. After years of hardship and waiting for everyone who had followed their journey, Papoose's beauty became evident just 2 years after Remy's 2014 release. And after that, the narrative seemed to be turning around. Her and Papoose's breathtaking 2016 wedding seemed. It was more than simply a wedding. It was a triumph of their perseverance, and the fact that his love was proposed in such an uncomfortable environment showed how sincere their relationship was. Papoose not only supported Remy, but also provided clarification when her career took off after. Her release demonstrated that true love is about supporting one another, but now accusations of betrayal are being made. He supposedly didn't allow her success to concern him, instead accepting it with pride, calling her queen, and celebrating each victory as if it were their first. Testing their once unbreakable bond, fans began assembling clues regarding Remy and Papoose's relationship when they discovered that the Whispers block captain, a battle rapper with ties to both of them, was at the heart of the rumors that quickly went viral online. Were seen together at an Eagles game, especially after analyzing their body language. Talking about getting together for dinner and other private events only served to fuel the fire, and when the tipping point came, rumors of a recording arose. Although the existence of the footage shocked the internet, what transpired next was much more shocking than the rumors.
That's what the money do. That's makeup.
Everyone in attendance was shocked when Remy's Chrome 23 concert, which was meant to be a celebration of battle rap, swiftly descended into complete pandemonium. It is thought that Papoose's photo of Remy and the block captain served as the tipping point. Having a private moment backstage, witnesses said Papoose didn't think twice about confronting them without saying anything, and some attendees said he struck them. Physical contact quickly followed when it became apparent that multiple people had been rendered unconscious instantly, and security arrived to try to clear the air, but the damage had already been done to fans who had always thought Papoose was cool under pressure. This was a side of him that nobody had anticipated seeing, and it was clear that months of rumors and whispers of betrayal had worn him down. This specific incident was the last straw because social media, filled with first-person reports and footage of the altercation, and fans were obsessed with every update. Remy was obviously upset during this time, attempting to calm Papoose and handle the fallout in real time, but it was too late. Fans were discussing it nonstop and dissecting every screenshot in detail. Everyone was left wondering what would happen to them after they discovered that the night that was supposed to showcase her Chrome 23 brand had turned into a full-fledged scandal. It appeared as though the lure of love and loyalty had been struck.
Show his admiration and tell the world how his woman the greatest. He held you down in prison for 6 years. I know.
According to sources, the MO's Chrome 23 event was supposed to honor combat rap, but things rapidly got out of hand. Everyone in attendance was startled when what had begun as a typical night for the culture evolved into UT mayhem. Witnesses claimed that the discovery of Remy and EA's The Black Captain having a private meeting backstage was the tipping point. Papoose attacked without hesitation, and the confrontation quickly descended into violence, according to other event participants. Although security hurried to try to defuse the situation, several onlookers were unaware that the damage had already been done because the blows were so clean. fans who had seen Papoose's calm and cool demeanor months earlier. Social media erupted as timelines were overflowing with video and personal descriptions of the struggle, keeping followers glued to every new update throughout it. Rumors and whispers of betrayal had obviously taken their toll until this specific occurrence pushed him over the edge. Remy was clearly irritated that the night, which was meant to serve as a showcase for her Chrome 23 brand, had turned into a full-fledged scandal and that everyone was talking about it and scrutinizing every aspect. She attempted to comfort Papoose while coping with the fallout in the midst of the mayhem. Fans couldn't help but accuse Remy of betraying Papoose, the man who had stood by her, but it was too late, and everyone wondered what would happen to the couple who had once been viewed as the epitome of love and fidelity. Remy's decision to remain silent to the whispers during her darkest days, both during and after her incarceration, only made things worse for many. To some, her silence, which neither confirmed nor denied anything, spoke louder than words could. It was perceived as a quiet admission of guilt, and some thought she refrained from speaking because she didn't want to add to the drama. However, this only served to increase the tension, leaving fans in suspense and wondering until something unexpected occurred today. Don't be fooled by the surprising revelation that a hitman made during the altercation with Hala. Hitman stated that he was aware of the incident for 2 years before it was made public. Fans were further divided by the disclosure that only made things worse and caused additional worries, even though the love story that once inspired so many people is still up for debate. Some people are supporting him and applauding his commitment, but others think they're. Perhaps more importantly, the story's resolution leaves Remy and Papoose's relationship seeming as unclear as it was before, with no concrete answers and strong feelings. Papoose reportedly realized this by putting a recording device in Remy's car. Because he was not content to let the rumors remain uncorrected, the revelation surprised fans and added a whole new level of drama to the situation. Remy remained mute, but the Black Captain spoke up to ensure that things didn't spiral out of control, but his comments only provoked more. Quickly raising doubts about his connection with Remy, he shared his version of events on Twitter, refuting the accusations and making it clear that he would not stand for attempts to damage his reputation. While he didn't specifically blame anyone, it was clear from his tweet that fans couldn't stop discussing one tweet in particular that stated, "When you're real you." Other tweets seemed to hint at things going on behind the scenes, but no one replied to the rest of the ones. He would not tolerate the dissemination of false information. Fans had to accept that what had once been a picture-perfect love story was now encircled by a lot of conjecture as Remy silenced herself and posted stuff in a cryptic way, leaving everyone to wonder what she was really trying to communicate. Even though he didn't talk much about what happened at Chrome 23 or his connection with Remy, his mysterious tweets didn't reassure fans due to the unanswered questions and rumors that there was more to the story than most people knew. Instead, they became more curious and kept asking why he hadn't stepped forward and changed the record. Some people even praised him for dodging the accusations, but his life took a crazy turn. Ease was well known in the industry, so it's difficult to determine whether or not this. Despite all of his efforts, he was suddenly at the center of one of the biggest hip-hop scandals. A picture of Papoose confronting him and the ongoing suspicions of infidelity lingered. Most of Remy's fans had already developed opinions about what had transpired after witnessing it firsthand through self-defense tweets. Interview 356/42. With their passionate 2016 wedding and the birth of their child, my friendship with Papa was the pinnacle of loyalty for nearly 10 years, especially during Remy's incarceration. However, now that the perfect story is being told, Papoose was there at every turn after all the chaos. Fans of Remy and Papoose are left wondering if they can survive the infidelity charges, leak, and altercation at Chrome 23. They have already experienced hardship that would have ended most couples' lives, but this provides a completely new challenge, particularly for Papoose, who built his image as the embodiment of loyalty. Instead of just telling people about his love for Remy, he showed it to the world in the hip-hop industry. Fans are devastated for Papoose, thinking that their devotion has been betrayed and that Remy's legacy is in jeopardy because of everything that has been going on for more than 10 years. Remy and Papa's relationship was the model for faithfulness through thick and thin, particularly during Remy's incarceration. Following their emotional 2016 wedding and the birth of their daughter, they appeared to be the most powerful couple in hip-hop. However, now that the tragic story is over, betrayal presents a completely different obstacle than the challenges they have already encountered, which could have. Papoose, who made a name for himself in the hip-hop industry as the embodiment of loyalty, ended most couples. He not only loved Remy in private, but also showed it to the world. He finds his betrayal particularly difficult, and fans are angry with Papoose because they think that Remy's legacy is in jeopardy, and that the loyalty they loved has been trampled on the foundation of mutual respect, support, and a shared vision for their future together. Remy and Papoose's relationship was once regarded as the pinnacle of love and loyalty in the celebrity world. Papoose, who supported Remy during her years of incarceration, had always been outspoken about his unwavering love for her, really reciprocated by valuing his devotion and frequently referring to him as her rock during the difficult periods that characterized a large portion of her career. Their tale of triumphing over hardship struck a chord with fans and admirers worldwide, but what was once thought to be an unbreakable union was about to undergo its most difficult test. It all started on a typical Tuesday afternoon. A startling video that seemed to have been secretly recorded started making the rounds on social media. It featured Remy Ma in a compromising position, and while the specifics of the tape were initially unclear, it was immediately clear that the video was provocative and raised serious concerns about Remy's. Fans were instantly split as the video went viral, with millions of people watching, commenting, and speculating about Remy's relationship with Papoose. Some jumped to her defense, claiming that the video had been altered or taken out of context, while others swiftly denounced her actions as the video went viral. Watched in real time as Papoose, who had always taken pride in being a devoted and protective husband, was forced to face a scandal that was shattering his meticulously planned life. The public's response was swift and fierce, with social media users analyzing every frame of the video in an attempt to uncover hints about what had happened in gossip blogs. And celebrity news outlets started covering the alleged infidelity, with some saying that the tape showed Remy with another man. The media frenzy swiftly intensified as there were rumors that the video was just the beginning and that other, possibly even more damaging, tapes would soon be leaked for Papoose. It couldn't have come at a worse time. He had recently completed a significant project, and the couple had been making progress in both their personal and professional lives. However, in a matter of hours, everything had changed. The once popular couple was now the target of mockery, and their private lives were seen by everyone. Papoose's rage was evident. He could not continue to watch this scandal play out without acting, as he knew that this moment would define not only his career, but also his legacy as a man. Those who had previously praised their love story now doubted its veracity, and tabloids reveled in the chaos by making headlines that were impossible to ignore. And a husband, Papo's first public reaction was a succinct, but impactful "the truth will come to light" post on Instagram that read, "I will not be silent in the face of lies and betrayal." His words were firm, but they also alluded to the emotional pain he was going through as he looked visibly shaken and his anger barely contained. Contained as he talked about the toll the leaked tape had taken on him and his family. He had always been the one to protect Remy, but now it seemed like that protection had been taken away. He wondered how he could still support her as she had betrayed his trust in such a humiliating and public way. His frustration grew as the days went by. As time passed and the media persisted in questioning him, Remy's response was much less straightforward. At first, she denied the accusations, stating that the tape had been manipulated and that the pictures were deceptive. She urged her fans to believe her and not the lies being spread, but as the pressure increased and Remy's publicist advised her to keep quiet in the hopes that the controversy would eventually subside. But the damage had already been done. The media had already twisted their story, and the public was becoming more and more divided by the minute. The story continued to dominate headlines. Betrayed, questioning whether the woman they had longed back was truly the same person they had once admired. The fallout from the leaked tape was immediate, and friends, co-workers, and even family members started to express their concerns. Some of Papoose's closest friends urged him to reconsider his marriage, arguing that he deserved better than someone who would degrade him in this manner. Others, on the other hand, supported Remy, claiming that she was the victim of a hateful attack intended to destroy everything she had worked for. There were even rumors of a possible divorce, but neither Papoose nor Remy publicly discussed the matter at all. The public scrutiny was unbearable for Remy at that point. She had worked hard to establish her career and reputation, and now it seemed like everything was falling apart. She turned to her inner circle for support, seeking consolation from those who had always been there for her, but even they were unable to protect her from the harsh reality of the situation. As the public continued to demand answers, every interview and statement only served to exacerbate the situation. Remy's personal life had become a spectacle and a topic of discussion in every home office and social media platform worldwide, and as the weeks went by, Papoose and Remy remained silent about their future. The strain between them was evident as they both appeared to retreat into themselves during this turbulent time. Papoose was obviously upset, and Remy, despite her outward composure, was obviously shaken by the effect the scandal had on her marriage. She had always taken pride in her strength, but for the first time in years she felt. Fans waited in anticipation for a resolution, but behind the scenes, talks were taking place about how to proceed. Was this the end of Remy and Papa's relationship? Could they mend the trust that had been damaged by the leaked tape? Or was this the last chapter in their love story? She was vulnerable and exposed in ways she had never experienced before. Reconciliation, but anticipating that the couple might never fully move past this public betrayal. New theories regarding the tape's origins started to surface during the crisis. Some suggested that it had been leaked by a disgruntled former associate, while others blamed members of Remy's inner circle who might have each caused harm for their own reasons. But as the investigation went on, it became impossible to pinpoint who was behind the leak. Theories grew, but the truth remained elusive for Papoose, who needed time to process everything because he could no longer act as though nothing was wrong or ignore them. Papoose was resolved to confront the situation head-on, refusing to let the scandal define him or let anyone dictate the course of his life. He was deeply hurt by his wife's actions, but he remained resolute in his determination to find a solution, whether that meant salvaging their marriage or parting ways. Regarding his relationship, Remy found herself at a crossroads. The world had abandoned her, and the same people who had once commended her were now doubting her integrity. She had built her career on fortitude and resiliency, but now more than ever, she had to face her own weaknesses. Would she be able to mend her relationship with Papoose, or was their union doomed to become yet another victim of the celebrity gossip machine? The leaked tape had not only sparked a fight between Fury and Papoose, but it had also destroyed everything they had worked so hard to create. Only time would tell if Remy Ma and Papoose could move past this betrayal and start over. According to reports, Remy and Iez recently got into a heated argument over the most recent episode of Asterisk. For the time being, the world watched as their personal lives unfolded in the hopes that they would find a way to mend the wounds caused by the scandal that had completely changed everything. They are now showing signs of serious drama. The situation worsened when the captain openly questioned Remy about his feelings for Papoose during the car ride. Trauma EP Asterisk began with affliction, but that wasn't the only problem. There has also been a lot of discussion about Remy's feelings for Papoose, and they've been sharing their thoughts with anyone who would listen. According to rumors, Remy has been finding it difficult to handle Papa's new relationship, which has made matters even more complicated. In case you missed it, this drama didn't just happen overnight. It had been building for months. Remy's loyalty was then the subject of a full-blown argument that left everyone in shock. Control her feelings, but it appears that things reached a breaking point when Papoose announced their split on social media with a touching Father's Day selfie of himself and his daughter. What shocked everyone even more was the allegation that Remy had cheated on him with an underground artist who has been receiving more attention, and then suddenly Remy. After a while, she and E were spotted together again, raising new questions about whether they were just friends or if there was more going on. However, the drama didn't end there. Things took an unexpected turn when Quick J revealed what he says is the true story of Remy and E's bond. Their relationship has always been the subject of rumors, but this time it was something much more significant. For 4 years, Papoose supported Remy through all of her hardships, including her incarceration and personal struggles. His devotion earned him a great deal of respect, which is why the rumors started. Of her infidelity struck so hard at first that Remy remained silent, which only fueled more talk. Some assumed her silence meant she was guilty, while others thought she simply wanted to keep things private. Meanwhile, Papoose's response fueled the flames when he was questioned about the rumors, failing to confirm or deny anything, leaving fans even more. As more people joined the discussion, some claimed to have seen Remy with another man, while others suggested she was considering a new type of relationship. Social media was inundated with opinions, some of which were supportive of her, while others were perplexed as to whether he was attempting to protect their privacy or was implying that the rumors were true. Rapid criticism, followed by an official statement from a major media outlet confirming the affair rumors, made things even more bizarre. As if things couldn't get any more complicated, boxing champion Claressa Shields appeared, and social media was rocked by rumors that she and Remy were involved. When Remy posted a screenshot of Papoose with his new girlfriend, it included a sarcastic caption implying that he had dozed off while speaking to Claressa. Fans couldn't believe what they were witnessing. The post went viral shortly after the tension between Remy and Claressa allegedly reached a breaking point. Had a heated argument, and Claressa even told Remy to avoid her. When Remy attempted to call her, Clarissa allegedly hung up right away, indicating that she didn't want to be involved in the drama. With everything that transpired, Papoose appeared to have moved on with his new relationship, but despite Remy's alleged infidelity, it was evident that she wasn't pleased with Papoose. Discovering happiness elsewhere, she appeared visibly distressed during public appearances, and her frustration was difficult to ignore. Some people felt sorry for her, while others assumed she was simply having difficulty accepting reality. What will happen next? Will Remy move on at last? Or is there more drama in store? One thing is certain though, this story isn't finished yet. The crowd cheered when Remy arrived late to a big event where she was scheduled to perform, but it was clear that something was wrong because she appeared emotionally spent, distracted, and very different from her normal self-assured self. Fans soon realized that she was acting strangely, wasn't in her best form, and rumors began to circulate about how the ongoing drama was affecting her. Meanwhile, Papoose's new relationship was making headlines, and many people were complimenting him on his maturity and ability to remain calm, in contrast to Remy, who was wrapped up in emotional outbursts. Social media, of course, played a significant role in influencing public opinion. The internet was awash with trending hashtags and countless memes that brought humor to an otherwise serious situation, and people's focus on himself and his happiness led them to support him even more. Some admirers spoke up for Remy, claiming she had a right to privacy and an opportunity to tell. Others weren't so sure about her version of events, overlooking the inconsistencies in her words and deeds make it difficult to trust her account of.